Thank you for joining us on this Monday of the Word of Encouragement. I trust you had a good Lord's Day. What a blessing it is to serve the Lord, and it's always a joy to see people come to know the Lord. I trust that things went well for you. Today we're going to look at 1 Timothy chapter 4. This epistle was written, of course, to Timothy as the pastor of the church there in Ephesus to encourage him to be strong in his leadership, to be the man of God that he ought to be. And through this, we get a lot of instruction as far as the church is concerned and how leadership should function, and also how the church should function. And the Spirit of God, of course, gave this to us. But I'd like to look at verse 15. Here he has been encouraging Timothy to be an example of the believer, and then he encourages him to give attendance to the Word of God and to giving forth the Word of God by reading the Word. And in those days, of course, people had to come to hear the reading of the Word. They didn't have their personal copies of the Word of God. And then exhort and doctrine, teaching, and all the different facets of how people can grow. And then in verse 15, we read about that. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. I have found in any facet of life, when we get all in on something, it's no longer a labor. If we're zealous about something, we're passionate about accomplishing something, we're just thrilled about being able to do an event or some kind of crusade or whatever. What would be normally considered hard work and a lot of pressure is really a blessing, because it's just exciting to be accomplishing what needs to be accomplished. Well, that's what the Apostle Paul is telling Timothy. You need to meditate on your spiritual gifting, on the Word of God, on all that God has given to you. You need to realize what a privilege it is for you to serve the Lord, and you need to give yourself wholly to all of this. When we part ways serve the Lord, it's a labor. One of the major reasons for that is that when we're not all in, we're not Spirit-filled. The Spirit of God will cause us to have the right perspective. He'll give us the ability to wisely use our time and to have a sacrificial commitment to what is laid before us. But when we're sincerely trying to do something, but we're not wholehearted about it, oftentimes we're in the flesh, and so therefore everything is difficult, and we just don't have the motivation. And so it may be that one of the reasons discouragement has come is just that the things that you do that are right just don't seem all that exciting, or they're duty, they're hard. It seems so sacrificial. Well, let me just say, when you're in the will of God and the Spirit of God is in control, that kind of perspective goes away. You genuinely begin to get excited about what you're doing. And if you're excited about the task at hand and you are realizing you need God's help to do it, and you are fully giving yourself to it, I promise you, the discouragement of duty and frustration and labor will go away. And you'll find a great encouragement by the Spirit of God, by just your attitude, that will cause you to stay encouraged even through a lot of work and a lot of pressure. You know, every day should be an encouraging day. Some days are hard, some days have trials, some days have a lot of work attached to them. But when we are in God's will and we are surrendered to what He wants us to do, all of those things can be a joy. Oh, they may be hard to do, but they'll be a joy because God is helping us. So I want to encourage you to take this admonition of the Apostle Paul to Timothy to heart, and that is that we should give ourselves wholly to all the things that God has given to our care, all the ministry that He's given, all of the different responsibilities. And if we will do that and ask the Spirit of God to work, we cannot help but stay encouraged.